Well, hello. It's October 21st, which means it's been 3 weeks that I've been doing this. And yeah, more often than not, I find myself almost going to bed and getting ready to go to bed and being like, oh shoot, I haven't done my journal entry today. Uh, Thankfully, I'm a creature of habit in the sense that I really like routine, and routine gives me a lot of stability, and that could very much be a part of the eating disorder too, or just my personality. But whatever chicken or egg comes first, I do like routine and consistency, and there's something about that that feels really grounded and makes me feel like things are moving along and things are going. And at this point, if I end October even having a relapse every day, I will still have done better than last month. And that feels really good. It feels encouraging that, yeah, I am improving and there is change. And I always knew that I would, but like this, maybe this is helping my recovery move forward in a more meaningful way or in a lifestyle way. And just taking time to pause and think about it is helpful. Today I ended up talking a lot about my eating disorder history with a coworker of mine and her own experience. And she's not too much younger than me, but come to find out that she had kind of enrolled herself in an outpatient program just this COVID time. And I do find like I am endeared to people who tend to have a similar struggle, and just remind you that 1 in 3 women have struggled with an eating disorder in some way, so not hard to find women to relate to in this way. But she was sharing one thing that was really interesting to me that I've been trying to figure out is heartburn. And I feel like I have really chronic, terrible heartburn, and I have speculated that that was related to just years of eating disorder. And that's not proven, and I don't know if that's true or not, but she was sharing that she just was having really bad heartburn today, and I was like, I got Tums in my purse, I always got them on me, and she's like, oh, I got some too, don't worry. And we kind of like open. I was like, do you think it's related to your eating disorder at all? Like, she's like, I do, I think it is. And I was like, yeah, I think so too. Like, I think it's been one of the consequences. And I talked on one of my first videos about noticing stains on my teeth for the first time and just being like, shit, like, it's catching up with me. Like, I've been pretty lucky. I have never been hospitalized. I was never that super, super sick. But like my body's showing wears of like a hard life and on my teeth. And who knows, maybe my gray hairs are related. But yeah, the heartburn has been another area that I think has maybe been related, and my stomach has been messed up because of it, which would be totally reasonable from what I put it in. But we ended up, I just like, because I've been doing this journal entry, I was just more curious and I asked her more questions. And I was also trying to be really sensitive and thoughtful of like, I'm not past it, in that like I'm still a person in recovery. And I'm also, just because I'm older, I'm not talking down to you. And it's just as nice for me to talk about it with somebody who shares a similar experience as it is to maybe feel like I'm on the other side. I'm on a further along side path in my recovery than you are. But there's always something to be learned in there. And it is hard. I caught myself on and on, just the way I position myself, because I've kind of shared before, like, it's really easy to slip into this mode of acting like an expert on the other side and talking like you know better and like it doesn't affect you anymore. And that's just so dishonest, because it does. It is something I live with, and I may not be in the hospital. I may not have to be in therapy right now, group therapy, but it is still a part of my life. And I found that the more I come to peace and acknowledge it and spend some time reflecting on it, the less power, the more connected, the less like bifurcation it allows in my life, where it is this other dark thing in my life and this is the other life I'm trying to project. The more I make it peace, I feel like I'm unified, and it is just me. It's my one life. And so I didn't want to say that I was a side of it and that wasn't me anymore, because again, that's like pushes this other side of me away. And the whole point of this is to feel like I'm coming together and I'm making more peace with myself in every aspect of who I am, not just the perfect me, not just the ones I want to show people, but all of me. And, I've had people reach out and they've seen some of these videos and they're like, oh, are you okay? And part of me just wants to be like, this is just me. This is how I always am. You just never knew because I never told you, or I didn't have the words, or you didn't know how to ask. I'm just being more honest. I'm just like, I've just lifted the curtain now. I'm actually probably doing better. It just sounds like I'm doing worse because it seems to you that I am having this huge struggle with my recovery. No, I'm actually probably at more peace with it than the times you don't see me. When you don't hear me talking about it, those are the times you should be concerned. That's when you ask. But you can't ask people to be responsible for your own recovery. They can be supportive, but ultimately it's going to come down to you and how much you want to advocate for yourself and how much you want to move forward. So I kind of went on a ramble all this day. It was really nice to share and just relate to someone about being a person in recovery. That just always feels good.